there.
So
It'll never work.
I'm interested, like, because you said that like by listening to people's goals and what they want to accomplish is how you kind of walk them through and help them, achieve those. I'm guessing, right?
Yep.
So, if you were to ask me right now what my goals are, I would have nothing to say. Like,
Totally.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't come to the top of my mind. What's my goal for my financial whatever? Or let's even take financial out of it, right? Like, I think most people have this perception in their mind where, like, look, man, as long as I'm not hugely in debt or injured, I don't know. As long as I can pay my bills, I just want to be harassed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's a really good point, Mike. And a lot of people don't even know where to start with this, like how to dissect this thing. And so what I would say if we were meeting one-on-one, Mike, is like...
Are we going to have a two-person conversation in front of...
Are we doing this right now? Are we doing this?
Okay, I'm going to give you a freebie because that fits along with my question. People say, look, I just know that something doesn't feel right, or I feel like I should probably take some level of responsibility here. I wouldn't even know where to start on getting some things under control from a financial perspective.
So this is how we do it, and I'm telling you this is backwards, okay? So I would say, like, what do you love to do? Like, what gets you up in the morning? And if you could do this for the rest of your life... You woke up and did X, what would it be? And you would say something, Mike, probably something amazing, probably like building flying spaceships in garages.
I'm half started.
So to me, there's passions and there's unique gifts that we all are uniquely gifted. And I think that's God's given each one of us, right? And so our job is to be a good steward of the time, talents, and resources that God's given to us. And so is that time, talents, and resources going to work at Wells Fargo and being a customer service rep? Maybe, maybe not. Does that make sense?
Yep.
But really, how has God uniquely gifted you personally? That's where I like to start no matter what. And to do that is just get to know you. And Mike, I would say, and everyone in here knows about them. Does that make sense? They know what they like. They know what they don't like. And
so
keep going.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt,
No,
but I'm trying to think. So if you actually were to ask me that question, I would fall back to what I've always known or maybe always been taught is I just don't have the luxury to think like that, Philip. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I think that's what keeps you where you're at, right?
Maybe that's what you're getting at.
You're the common dummy.
Yeah. Yep. And so if somebody's like, listen, I absolutely love singing. I just can't get enough of it. My question would be like, well, what are you doing now, right? Well, it's not singing. Okay. Well, then we've got a gap here. We love to sing. You're not getting paid to sing now, and you work at Wells Fargo. Is there even an avenue that you can even see that you can sing? Well, maybe, maybe not. Like maybe you need to coach other people singing. I don't know what it is. Does that make sense? Everyone's different. And so that's how this whole uncommon wealth, I guess, would start, is really trying to figure out who they are. Because it's really not about rate of return. When you start talking about rate of return, it disconnects people from their money. And then they're throwing it at some retirement account where I hope that goes up, and I hope I have enough money by the time I need it to then do something I want to do. Which, like your point earlier, have you been really doing a good job serving other people and building a house and hosting well? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to go through this whole financial path and say, as soon as I have this amount of nest egg, that's when I want to live my life according to my will. Does that make sense? Or according to the way God's gifted me. I think my point to hold all this is we're kind of made to work. We really are. And if we're doing what God's uniquely gifted to us, it's attractive to other people. And we can start talking to more people, and we're all differently wired. And so we can reach more people. So I just don't think retirement should be go sit on a beach and go sip pina coladas or just go on the golf course. I think you can go on the golf course and be a witness too. So can you coach other people golfing? Can you caddy other people? Can you serve other people by this whole golf thing that you love? And the people that just want a high rate of return, we're not a good fit for. Because we want you to actually invest in people. And so we've really broken this whole thing down into phases that people can start dissecting their own life in, because this whole, I'd say, philosophy is attractive, but it can also be scary and it can be abused by puffing somebody up and then letting them fall.
Yeah, so that singing example is a good one, right? Everyone's seen the American Idol where the guy gets up there and he's terrible, and like, this isn't actually his path, right?
Yes.
But he says, "I really love it," and so like there is a level of honesty that says, "Look, here's what I love."
Absolutely.
And then there's a level of honesty that says, "Look, no one's going to pay you for that."
Yep.
It doesn't mean you can't love it.
Totally.
And maybe what we're creating is time for you to love it on your own in the basement. But like either way,
yes.